Inside I heard the trumpets call, a salute to the champions on the wall. And in the jazz of squalls and in passion brawls she danced.
You were across the street from Geotronix in the 20-foot by 30-foot storage unit that you
and
mentioned.
I had contacted the police captain who had said...
I said that.
Sorry.
Brian Johnson is the police captain, right. So yes, you are correct. You have. Yes, absolutely. And that's where we were. You also had found the dwarves that were willing to help you. You had given them permission to go leave the park and do business with the Autumn Night. So yeah. Also, you had all had a sleepover at Mrs. Brown's house where you live. And you had found out that Mrs. Brown, because there was no threshold on the house, Mrs. Brown was probably a fairy. Because fairies don't make thresholds. They're not, people. Yeah. Anyway, though we had also said that if you and Swift lived there long enough, because Swift is a human, you will probably establish a threshold. Maybe not a strong one, because, thresholds are stronger around family and people of faith and stuff like that. So, and that's where we were. Oh, and Mrs. Brown makes lots of breakfast. Lots of breakfast. Very good breakfast.
Love that.
Yep. So yeah, that's where we are on our thing. You're across the street from Geotronix in the storage unit.
Okay.
Okay.
So, just to recap the plan that we definitely have already talked about super recently.
Uh-huh.
We are tunneling in.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, I think the dwarves.
Dwarves are tunneling.
We're going to do
following them.
The dwarves are tunneling in. We're following the dwarves.
Right.
We are...
This is the map, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're arriving where the cairn stones are.
We are arriving right under the Stonehenge.
Right, in the loading dock that's down there. Was what you were going to do was probably tunnel into the loading dock.
Yes, that's right.
Loading dock, and then there's a stairwell to the room
Right,
of the Stonehenge.
correct.
Okay.
And I think the police are going to come in through the loading dock, right?
Well,
That's we're going to load people into the back of the van.
right.
that's
You,
what- okay,
you had
that's where we're
told them
gonna
that you
take
would
them to,
let them know where the prisoners were going to come out, whether it was the front or the loading dock. That's why you have the radios.
I think someone other than me should radio the police, just
Probably not a
because...
bad idea. Well, you've each got walkie-talkies.
Yeah, but I'm afraid the walkie-talkie even will try and fritz on me.
Well,
Right.
just so we know,
Mm-hmm.
our opposition when we're going in there,
Mm-hmm.
or the goals rather, obviously to get the paranetters or whoever they are out.
Yeah.
First, yeah.
Disrupt the ritual that's going on.
Sure.
Destroy
Yes.
the Stonehenge,
Mhm.
and deal with whatever opposition's going to be thrown at us at that point. So, I guess, do we want to put people on specific tasks that is, we all work together, but like where some people prioritize some tasks?
I think some of the dwarves are also going to escort the prisoners back.
They were going
down
to,
the
yeah.
thing.
Okay.
I'd probably be better blocking any physical stuff.
Attacks coming against
Me
us.
not disrupting the mumbo jumbo stuff, but
Okay.
What
We
about...
also lined your helmet with tinfoil was one of the other
yeah.
things.
Keep all
No,
the bad
we were
boys
lining
out.
with lead, covering with tin.
Oh, right.
Double barrier.
But what about the fact that you got...
That's why I'm not
Exactly.
doing the mumbo jumbo stuff, and I'm only worrying about guns and
Okay.
physical attacks.
If you remember, we had talked about how you could throw up a pretty hefty block, and then to keep it going from round to round to round, you would only have to pay the power cost
Right.
for however many rounds you're going to keep it going.
Because
So
he and I have no discipline and no way
Yeah.
to... Well, actually, I found out I actually do because I have an ability that will
Right,
allow me to
right, that
use
based
my
on your
conviction.
conviction.
So then
Right.
basically, I'll just be
But-
there keeping the block up.
well, once you throw the block up, that takes an action, okay?
Yeah.
And then once you say, okay, I want the block to stay for 5 rounds, then that's a second action. After that, you don't have to concentrate on it.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're kind of swirling your hand, but you can shoot or grab
Okay.
people or,
All right. Good.
potentially, I guess you could throw another spell.
Yeah.
There's nothing that says you can't have 2 spells up at once,
Right.
so yeah.
Well,
It goes for you too, actually, yeah.
do we want to destroy the Stonehenge? Is that the
I
plan?
think so. Why leave it?
Okay.
If we leave it, even if somehow these guys don't use it, I think somebody else is going to find out and want
I just want to make sure that, as far as we know, attacking it isn't going to do something bad.
Right.
It's just a.
I don't think so.
It's
probably just a focus.
And I don't think
focus. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, and I don't think.
Yeah.
I think the White Council would be totally fine with it being destroyed because it's not where it's at its original location being used for its original use.
Somebody's using it at the place where the ley lines are meeting and using it for nefarious.
People,
yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
All right. Any other concerns anybody has, or?
Yes.
We don't know the person that actually runs this place, do we?
No.
We are of the suspicion that it's white court vampires, probably of the family. Scabus family.
And we think the young girl, whatever she is
Hera.
probably being
She's like 12.
possessed.
Yeah.
Like somebody's
She's
channeling through
being
her or
manipulated
possessed by her.
in some way.
So I don't know.
She's not an enemy per se.
But we might need to treat her as an enemy. Not saying kill her necessarily, but maybe treat her as an enemy until we can find out if she's
like killing
My
her.
only usefulness is a gun, so I'm gonna let someone else handle that.
Okay.
I can block and you can shoot then.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, and you could also, if you're trying to take down the ritual, that's definitely something where you would have expertise because your thaumaturgy is ritual magic. And so if you're trying to find a way to stop the ritual without necessarily blowing up the hinge or at least stop the spell.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm going to use crafting since under crafting has breaking things as an action. That's
Correct. Punch him here.
So, you taking down the Stonehenge?
Sure.
Okay, and then you guys can kind of like try to get the.
You just want to cut this
Pyramid.
sword.
100%.
Blocking. Thank you.
How many opportunities do you get to use the ability cut through stone?
I, Miranda,
kind
have brought down this hinge with my sword.
Sword. But I mean, it's a big hinge. Like we're gonna. It would probably take two of us to bring the whole thing down.
It is pretty big. That is correct. You're right. All right.
I somehow think pieces of this hinge is gonna have like her initials all over it.
I doubt it.
Miranda was here.
Oh,
not Miranda.
You mean?
Yeah, Miranda was here.
Do you want to be known for the guy who broke Geotronix hinge? Maybe. Maybe not.
Or do you want to be known as the woman who did it?
It's true. True.
I am
Can't
the
argue with
man.
that.
All right. So I guess this is as good a plan as we're gonna
Yeah.
have.
Because you know,
Yeah, you're
plans
gonna
as soon as
plan
they
all
meet the
day.
enemy.
Plan all day.
So,
Sideways.
what's the next step, guys?
Let's do it.
I guess
So,
start the mining.
I guess
Get the dwarves?
who's gonna be the main radio contact with? I guess I have to.
We just have one, right?
Yeah. What?
No.
We each have a
You
little
got
bit.
each. You got enough. You got enough walkie-talkies that each person can have one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you got them for
okay.
BJ.
So
Actually, believe it or not.
I'm gonna radio.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna radio the. Have the brain of it. Who is the police? Captain
Brian Johnson.
Captain Johnson. So I'm gonna radio Captain Johnson and say, "This is what we're gonna do." Just to go back over it again. Remember, there's gonna be dwarves leading.
Okay, you're not going to be able to radio Captain Johnson. You're going to have to call him.
Oh,
They're
Who's
not turning on the radio
in the-
until probably we.
Huh?
Because
They aren't going to turn on the radio until we get into mission mode.
Right.
okay.
Ring.
Yeah. Ring.
We get to let him know where the loading dock is. It's
Of
probably going to be.
course, you're calling back. Basically, I think you called him earlier in the day, so you call him back. You of course get his secretary again. She goes, Captain Brian Johnson's office.
Hi, this is Delafono again. I need to contact Captain Johnson.
Captain Johnson is busy at the moment. Can I give him a message and have him call you back?
This is really urgent.
I understand, but he is busy right now. I can give him a message. I promise he'll call you back as soon as possible.
All right. I'll give him about 15 minutes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. You got what?
That's the message. You got 15 minutes, Captain
That's what
Johnson.
I heard. Get on it, buddy.
Wow.
All right.
Wait, so they're not like Am I?
I thought they were here already.
Yeah, I did
No,
too.
I thought they were
no.
here
Okay,
already.
so we haven't set up
Look,
for that.
No.
as far as I know of, we're finishing our plan in the storage area.
Right, in the 20 foot by 30
Like, as far
area.
as I understand, we don't have the dwarves here yet.
No,
we
not
don't
at
have
all.
them here yet.
Oh,
We
okay,
don't-
okay,
Like,
okay.
we've
It's been
bought
a
the
while
place,
since
and then
we
we're
just
talking.
episode.
The pavement.
Diggy hole.
Maybe we should wait a
I'm
bit.
happy that wasn't the only one who was there. I was
Yeah, I
like,
was with you. I was totally tracking this. I'm like, wait, why are we
It's
calling
been
Brian
so long.
Johnson? We've got
We just talked to him.
we may have a couple days before the dwarves can dig across the street, so it may be a little while, you know.
I thought it was go
Hey,
time.
he's
I
got
thought
15
like,
minutes.
That's right. And then the
15
dwarves
minutes.
are going
these
in.
dwarves are gonna have that tunnel done in about 10. So
Yeah, that's
you're
right.
really-
Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry. Delafonte on a call. She says you have 15 minutes.
Yes. What? Scramble the SWAT
She
team.
said it's urgent.
Until what?
Right. Until shit gets real. Yeah.
You have the
NRP just went
Search
on
the
lockdown.
precinct.
There's a bomb!
Looks at the clock. Oh no.
Until what?
Yeah. All right. So what are we doing now that we brought Brian Johnson on a short leash?
I don't.
I guess get them doors up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will.
No, don't call back. Just wait for him to call.
Don't go back.
Just wait for him to call.
You know what? I bet, given the crypticness of that message, this is a good litmus test to see like how responsive he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I have an idea.
Okay.
I know what we do.
You use a spell?
No.
Okay. Just wondering. She's got the giggles.
We broke her.
Miranda,
She's
here's a
all done.
number. Send the emojis.
I was about to ask, should we add him to the
No, no,
group
no.
chat?
Oh,
When
wow.
he calls back, I'm going to say,
Brian Johnson removes himself from the group chat.
no. When he calls back,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to answer the phone and I'm going to say, oh, thank goodness you called back. My phone died on me. I've been trying to call you.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not sure where we're going with this,
Well,
but
because then
sure.
I can, you have
Alright,
15
so
minutes to...
You
I'll figure something out.
you pile into the van, right? Again, and
I'm
head
thinking.
back to Ottoman Park. It takes you a little while to get there. You drive across the bridge, back to Ottoman Park. Park in front of probably Mrs. Brown's boarding house, and head into the park. You're immediately able to recognize the dwarves that are there. It's funny because as you've, I guess this is your second day as the autumn night, you're actually able to recognize the glamours that the Fae have over them as, oh, okay, that's one of the dwarves, oh, that's one of the brownies, oh, that's one of the goblins, that kind of stuff. There's a pretty big, that's one of the elf knights. You kind of head over to one of the dwarves. He looks like this guy, really natty, beard and stuff like that, digging through their trash can. And he as you walk up to him, he turns around and he goes, "Oh, Autumn Night," and he kind of drops to one knee and he says, "So, what can I do for you?"
All right, we need a tunnel dug.
Oh, you want the foreman? All right, I'll be right back. And he kind of disappears into the bushes.
I just want to go ahead and say I find it quite amusing that pretty much every dwarf is just digging through the garbage. Somewhere.
That's right.
Okay.
That is
They're
just-
digging.
it is-
Well, they're diggers. Well, honestly, that's what you find most of the Fae people doing in the park is digging through the trash. Some of them were passed out under benches or passed out in the bushes, looking very vagrant-y, which was not how they appeared to you when you first came by the park, which is obviously the ley line is having its effect on them. Couple minutes goes by, and the dwarf you saw before comes out and goes, "All right, I'm here. What do you want? We're ready to dig a hole?"
Yep.
All right, then. So we're ready for the hole. Let me get a couple more of the guys and our equipment, and we'll be ready to go. I'll be right back. And he disappears in the bushes again, and you're like, oh my gosh. Couple minutes goes by, and he comes out of the bushes with 3 other dwarves behind him. They're carrying these huge packs. And you can see strapped, kind of see pickaxes peeking out of the top. The foreman's got this jackhammer slung across his shoulder, which, jackhammers are pretty heavy. So if you're going to sling it over your shoulder like this, you're a pretty beefy boy. And he says, "Are we all going to fit in your van?"
I mean,
Yeah.
we should be able to.
Yeah.
With might be tight.
Be tight.
All right, lead on.
All right. Let's do it.
We each have a dwarf on our lap.
Well, they do like human women. You might not want to do that. Maybe they'll want you on your lap.
They each have 2 dwarves on their lap.
No, they're not human men. They're not that. They don't.
I'm
roll
pretty
around.
sure they would crush me.
They might.
Are they that heavy?
Drive unless it's just
I imagine they're quite dense.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, then they are sitting on the dwarves' laps.
Yeah, right, sure.
I might crush them.
Yeah, you're pretty dense too. Yeah. You head to the van. One of the dwarves goes, "Sweet ride. Let's get inside." So they crawl in. What?
taste.
One of them goes,
I'll
"Hey,
do
open the back
something.
so we can drop our packs in."
Oh, well, I actually have this rooftop
Oh,
thing.
sweet. We'll put them up there.
Can strap.
And so they kind of run up, and one of them looks up, and he goes, "Here, you put that up." They're not tall.
I lift him so he can put it in.
You're gonna need to make a might check for that. They are dense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't a terrible.
No,
should I
that's
reroll
not
this maybe?
bad.
I don't know.
What you got?
I would keep it.
Yeah.
Considering how we roll, I'd keep it.
Well, right now I have a +7 success.
Oh, you're fine. Yeah, you're
Okay.
fine. They're not that dense. And you pick the dwarf up, and he goes, "Oh, thanks for the boost." He steps it in. He just reaches into his pack, and he pulls out, a piece of rope and ties down the jackhammer. They lay their packs up there. One of the other one pulls the rope down, and so you've noticed that whatever they've got in their packs is really heavy because it does seem like the shocks on the van have dropped a little bit. And he goes, "All right, take us to the place." And so they head around to the side. You open the door. Everybody piles in. There's actually, it's a little tight, but you're able to get everybody in there because it is a big van. Everybody kind of piles in. The dwarves are kind of, wiggling. Is it? Hope we don't have to be sitting like this for long. It's a little hot in here.
Oh, well, it's not too far of a drive, but
There's 4 of them?
Yes. And then the 5 of y'all. Yeah, it's tight.
What do you think a dwarf smells like?
They've been digging through trash.
Actually, these guys have a distinctively earthy smell.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, when they smell like loam, dirt. If you've ever
Like fresh dirt.
freshly turned dirt,
Freshly turned dirt smells pretty good.
yeah, it's not a bad smell. They smell like they've been digging.
like a potting soil.
Yeah, exactly, like a lot like potting soil.
So I'm sure she has the air conditioner on, but
Yes.
could I have? I can do evocation with air. Can I do like little small?
Really
air
gonna do that in
spell
her van?
That could just
You really gonna do that in her van?
maybe not.
The van's gonna break down. That's really not a bad idea.
This is small.
Make a roll.
No, I'm afraid. Nope.
Okay, so you get the van going, and
Oh wow.
I swear this never happens.
so you get the van going, pull out onto Magazine
I
Street
know.
to head towards the ferry, and turn the air conditioner on. And one of the dwarves goes, "What the hell is that? It's cold."
It's magic.
No, it's not. I know better. What? And he says, "Wait, let me climb up there." And so one of them climbs up between you guys, and the wind's blowing on his face.
Is
and
it beards?
Yeah, it's exactly. And he's like, "That's amazing. It's so cold. What do you call this thing?"
It's called a dwarf conditioner.
Wow, this is amazing. And he kind of
It's like driving.
And so one of the guys, he goes, "Bruno, you try it. You
Not
try
imagine
it." And so
his
he
beard flying
crawls
over
back
his face.
over the other dwarves, and Bruno goes, "Oh my gosh, it's so cold. We need one of these for the park. It's like swimming through hot soup sometimes." And he goes, "Well, it
That
is
sounds
New Orleans in the
Yeah.
summertime." So, yeah, and he goes, "Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Do they build these for like houses and things?"
They do.
"Oh my gosh, we've got to get us a house, boys." And then he says, "Oh, that's great." And so you're driving, you get to the ferry, you pull on, and the dwarves are periodically taking turns sitting between the 2 front seats, letting the air conditioning blow on them full. And so after they've each taken a turn, they kind of sit in the back, and you hear a lot of mumbling about, "Well, I bet the big one knows how to make those kind of things. Yeah, he's pretty good with tinkering and things like that. Look at all the tools he's got on his belt." And so they're talking about all this stuff.
The entire time you're driving, I just imagine like a pile of dwarves shifting
That's
constantly. Just
exactly
like,
what it is. They're shifting to get where they can get between the seats. And this goes on until you get on the other side of the into Algiers, and one of the dwarves goes, "Whoa, I can tell we're definitely not in the city anymore. It feels different over here." And so you're like, "What?" So you drive to the, I think it was what was the place called? first one, rental units. Okay, where you rented the rental unit. You go up to the little gate. You kind of wave at the girl who was still behind the counter, and she, hits the button. The gate rolls out of the way. Drive down the little gravel roads between. Go to unit J23. You take your key out, unlock the unit, and open it up. Dwarves all pile out. They kind of look around and they go, concrete floor, not a problem. So where exactly are we going?
Well,
Across the street.
This is where we're at.
No.
This is where we're at.
No.
Fine.
I don't think we had where
that's
we were
the
at
building.
We're all the way over here somewhere.
Correct.
And over here, this is the basement floor where part of it is the.
You want to come in through the basement, do you? Okay, all right, we can do the basement. Basement's better.
Yeah.
It's kind of harder to dig up out of the ground level basement. So, all right, we're going in through the basement. All right. Do you know anything about the facility that we're digging into, tunneling into? Is it made of concrete, granite, steel? What are we talking about here?
What was the floor that you saw?
I think it was
Cement. Yeah.
like concrete and stuff.
Yeah. So
Okay, so we're talking about more concrete, not a
What about
problem.
the office?
So
Did you
probably
guys look at the
reinforced
office
with that rebar. That's where we're gonna have a problem because it's iron, and fairies and iron not gonna be good. You're gonna want to stay away from that as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's on night, fairies and iron, not a good combination.
I can.
Things I didn't know.
Lou didn't tell you.
We're learning.
Yeah, I didn't tell you. But he says, not a problem. Oh, wait. Do you think this concrete floor is reinforced with rebar too? And one of the dwarves goes, hang on. And he puts his hand down on the ground and he goes, yeah, it's got rebar reinforcement. It is iron. We're going to have a little trouble here. May need you beefy boys help getting through the rebar there. It's not going to be a problem. Once we get through the rebar and we're down into the dirt, it shouldn't be an issue at all. Let's see. So we're going over to the thing. The guy steps out. He kind of looks over there and he reaches into his pack and he pulls out this huge tripod with a telescope-looking thing on it. And he sets it out and he looks over at Geotronix and he says, I see the lower level there. Yeah. And he says, okay, well, all right, so let's see. And you can see the triangles and the circles and the numbers swirling in front of his eyes, like you see in the
through the
meme.
wall?
Huh? Do what?
Is he staring through the wall?
No, he stepped out on the gravel between the units, and he's looking across the road at Geotronix. That's why he's got the little tripod. And he looks at it. He goes, "Okay, I think it's gonna take us a couple days, probably 2, to get across over there. Assuming we don't run into any weirdness underneath the earth, goblins, kobolds, those kind of things, caves that might contain those kind of stuff, maybe the Earl King. As long as we don't run anything like that, we should be fine in 2 days. You have checked for those kind of things, right?
The what king?
Yeah, of course not.
The leader of the goblins, the Earl King. He's a fella. He's not. He's a nice fella, but he is a what?
So one more time, the what?
The Earl King. Earl, yes. He's the one who leads the goblins. Sometimes he's the leader of the Wild Hunt. You do know about the Wild Hunt, right?
Sure, yeah, I played that game. It doesn't exist yet.
You've ridden with the Wild Hunt. Wow.
No.
Well, no, wait. Were you on a horse or were you one of the dogs?
I think I'm talking about something different than you're talking about.
Oh, possibly, because riding with the Wild Hunt tends to change you, and you just don't really look the type to me, to be honest with you. Not that it's anything bad. It just He says, okay, but yeah, 2 days. And we'll get it right now, but we're gonna need your help, beefy boy. And so he grabs the you go right.
Yes.
He grabs the jackhammer, and one of the other guys grabs this pick and wham. Okay. And they start tearing up the concrete, and one of the guys goes, whoa, back off with the picks there. We don't want the iron running into the pick. And then the guy in front goes, that's why I brought me jackhammer. And you realize this is just a regular jackhammer. And so he starts pounding through the floor, gets to the rebar, and he starts jackhammering through the rebar, and he goes, they're concrete pads, only about 6 inches thick. Nah, we're not going to hit you. We got it from here. But we are going to need some food. We're going to need some beer, probably a lot of it. And we're also going to need, I'll probably do it. If you bring food and beer, we should be good. So, yeah, we're on it. And so he says, so if you'll bring the supplies, we're good.
Is there an outlet in this?
Yeah, there is. There's one that's in the a light bulb in the ceiling, and then there's another one on each of the long walls. There's not a lot of outlets, but there are, yeah.
All right.
I say fried chicken and beer because I've discovered that fried chicken is eaten across the entire
Fried
world.
chicken would be good too.
Everybody eats fried
Well,
chicken.
okay, I understand what you're saying about fried chicken, but we are a bit partial to pizza.
Okay, pizza it is.
And none of those weird pizzas, just lots of meat and bread and sauce and cheese. That's really what we're into.
Meat lovers.
Pepperoni is quite nice, but anyway. All right, well, we're back to work.
What's it called?
So he gets through the little 6-inch pad with his jackhammer pretty quickly. And makes a hole that's about 5 foot around, and he says, "All right, well, we're down into the dirt. We're about it." And so they start swinging this pickaxe. And you're amazed at the amount of that they do on this, because the pickaxe swings and it's like the hole opens up this big, and one of the dwarves goes, "Yeah, the axe is working," and you're like, "Okay, this is really strange." Within probably 30 minutes, they're through the concrete pad and they probably got a 5 foot deep hole.
Oh, wow.
And you're like, "Holy cow! Are these guys going to take really 2 days to get across over there?" And you're kind of thinking, "I don't know, maybe not." So.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess you guys are going to head and get them some supplies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go grab some supplies.
Okay.
Maybe a window unit.
Oh boy, they would be your best buddies. Yeah.
While we're going, I'm gonna call back Brian Johnson on my phone and
I was gonna say,
Sorry,
has it
how
been
long has it
15
been?
minutes?
It's been about 30, 45 minutes, yeah.
No, I'm gonna call back and say,
Yes, go.
I've been trying to call. I got cut off mid-message.
Okay, you call, and
Oh, yeah.
Brian Johnson's office.
Hi, this is Della Fontenot. I'm sorry I got cut off.
Miss Fontenot, I'm so sorry. He is still tied up right now. Is this a good callback number for you? I promise you, I will get him to call you back as soon as possible.
It is, but I got through half my message. I don't need him in 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, he'll still try and get back with you as
Okay.
soon as possible.
All right, thank you.
Right. Okay. So I think it was probably about 2:00 in the afternoon or something like that. You guys head out to the local. Where are you gonna get this pizza and beer for them?
I'm gonna stay back with the dwarves.
Okay, you can hang out. Yeah, they're kind of watching.
Let's see.
There's gotta be
This is
some pizza
1980.
joint.
Yeah, there's gotta be
Yeah.
something
Sure.
nearby.
No, we were drinking. We had Domino's back then. We were eating Domino's.
Yeah, you can eat
in
Domino's,
college,
yeah,
you-
so,
To be
yeah.
honest, I kind of also
And
want to
it
stay
was
with the
cheap.
dwarves. I find this kind of interesting.
Okay. All right. So you guys are going for pizza and beer. All right. Cool.
Yeah, so I think Domino's.
Yeah, there's Domino's. You can pick it up, and you can probably go to a grocery store for beer.
Why don't we
So
just
if
go
they get
to
to
one
the
of the
Geotronix place and they kind of need
beer
your help,
places
like some of
and
the
just
iron
buy a
stuff, like
keg?
the rebar.
That's a good.
I
So
mean,
you
I
can
think
call
that'll
bids
last
I
on
think
the
they
long.
first
probably
one
go through a
the
couple
hole.
kegs, honestly.
Do what?
Probably.
Said,
So, like,
if you
2
got to go
kegs
to
of
the
beer.
Geotronix thing and help them with
Some
like
pizza.
rebar coming out of the thing.
from? Remember, normally don't sell kegs
Do
in
you
grocery
call
stores.
it
Not normal.
like they just make it really
Is there
thin.
a
Just,
sort of like a?
You have places you can get kegs
Yes.
from.
Yeah.
Is
I mean,
there like a
I'm not saying the
wholesale
grocery
place,
store.
like a
A what?
like a Costco type thing or Sam's Club sort of thing?
Give me a contacts roll. Anybody?
Do I? Contacts, where are
is
they?
this just anybody?
No. The people who are traveling. Sorry.
2 plus 2.
I have a 3.
I used to have contacts.
It can't be that hard to get kegs. We had kegs when I was in college.
We're back to
I have a
glasses.
negative
Oh.
1.
All right. So you got a -1. You got a 2.
I got a 3.
Okay. Yeah, you're pretty sure that there's a Schwegmans over here.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
And you're pretty sure that Schwegmans will fill kegs. And they might even sell pizza. You know, I mean, Schwegmans has everything.
Is it
but
Schwegmans? Is that like a coffee
grocery
like
store.
that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's a huge
I was
grocery
Thanks
store.
Rouse's, but
Would
a
it
different
sell-
name.
But so much cooler. Anyway.
But they wouldn't have appliances there.
I don't think so. They have liquor and lots of
Then
food.
you could hit a Walmart. I mean, there's Walmarts around.
We can just go hit up. I'm just gonna get we'll go grab the pizza and beer and get I want to get a window unit to put in the.
You'll have to put it underneath the, the roll-up door, but you can still do that. It's no problem. So
and
you
maybe
guys.
some of that industrial tubing stuff and some duct tape so we
Weird.
can feed it down. The
Oh,
hole
that's
once.
nice. Yeah.
Oh, follow
You may wanna
that.
go to
Okay, I
Lowe's
thought you were
instead.
being in the van.
Would you also need an extension cord? Because I don't know exactly where those outlet is on that.
Yeah, you're gonna need an
wall.
extension cord too.
I'll get an extension.
So probably a Lowe's is where you actually
Lowe's.
want to go, or a Home Depot or something like that. And there's those around there. I mean, remember this is
Aces.
5 years after
Aces
Katrina. There's a lot of people doing
Ace is
work
the
here.
place for the
So
helpful hardware.
that's
folks.
right. So you head out. You head to Lowe's first. Grab a window unit, some some of the round duct stuff, some duct tape, and an extension cord, and you load it into the back of the van, and then head to Schwegman's, grab a couple kegs of beer, and then run to Domino's and pick up probably 10 pizzas. There's only 4 of them. I don't know. 8 pizzas, 12 pizzas.
Let's go with 10.
Okay. Load that to the back of the van and head back. You guys are watching the dwarves dig. They're making amazing progress.
Sweet.
They get down into the dirt. You notice that they've got kind of a little bit of a slope. It's about a 45-degree angle. I mean, it's not going to be something you want to walk down, but you can slide down it pretty easily. And you can climb out reasonably easily, too. They get about 10 feet down, and then they start to head kind of across. Before they start digging, one of the foremen, goes, steps outside, looks across, kind of looks at it, sights to the little tripod thing, takes a couple readings, and then goes back down in there, and they start digging. Looks like they're doing pretty straight on. This is all in about maybe an hour or so. Mm-hmm. They've actually gotten 10 feet down into the dirt, and they started heading that way. And these guys the dirt is just kind of getting packed up into the walls, is what you're noticing.
So that's also what I was curious about.
Yeah.
That was...
They're packing it up into the walls, which, fairies can kind of manipulate stuff like that. So you figure they're using it to shore up the walls, which is why you're not having shovel it out into the alleyway and try and hide it or something like that.
Because honestly, that was the whole thing I was trying to figure out. The moment you were like, yeah, just a little spot, I was like, where are we displacing this?
Yeah, right. They're cramming it together. That's what they're doing. Which also means they don't have to have any boards or anything to shore it up with, which would have been the next thing. And when you go and kind of actually touch where they've shored it up, it feels a lot like concrete. It's not, but it feels hard like concrete, like they're doing something magical with the density of the dirt, which, again, fairies. Not surprising. You guys have been gone for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. The van comes back. They start unloading the pizza. And as the van comes back, the foreman sticks his head up and goes, "Oh, break time!" And everybody comes out, right?
This is why it's going to take 2 days.
That's right.
I'm just thinking about, what's that Left 4 Dead style dwarven game? Deep Rock Galactic?
Yeah.
Yes. I just get that vibe.
Rock and stone.
That's right. They come out, you bring the pizza in, and the dwarves are like, "Pizza!" Oh, wow. So they start tearing into this pizza. It's like locusts, okay? 10 things of pizza are gone, just like that. And you think you literally see their stomachs distend a little bit because they just inhaled this pizza. And you open the keg, and you realize you've got no mugs. And the dwarves don't care. They're literally picking up the mug, and just, one of the other ones holds up one of the other ones and gives them a keg stand. I mean, they're inhaling this stuff. Yeah. It is a party. And within you're thinking maybe 30, 45 minutes, they have eaten all the pizza. They've drunk both kegs, okay, completely dry. Or floated them, right? Maybe not completely dry, but they floated them. And they're talking about how to set up the air conditioning unit. They seem not the least bit drunk.
Oh, good.
You're
I was
amazed.
like, we're going to have these dwarves.
No, there's no drunk.
Yeah,
right. They are pretty ridiculous.
Also, do we need to repeat the sack?
That's what I was just thinking. Like
Because this happened really fast.
I said 2 days.
Yeah. So you set up. They set up the air conditioning unit, kind of figure out how it works, and they're amazed by this thing. And they turn it on, and the cold air blows the air conditioning unit blows the cold air down to the hole. And one of them goes and stands in front of the thing and blows his hair back again. And he goes, "Oh my gosh, it's not going to take 2 days. Can we take that with us when we're done?"
Absolutely.
Got a day for you. Here we go. And so, and they're in and at which point the foreman starts chuckling and says, "You can't be a miracle worker if you don't estimate by at least a factor of 2." And down into the hole they go. And the hole is just lengthening like crazy. The foreman sticks his head out and he says, "Look, come back in about 4 hours with more supplies, and we're good." Yeah, I mean, you can hang around if you want, but it's just a lot of digging. And that's not very exciting for your folk.
What time is it right now?
It's about 5 o'clock, maybe 6 o'clock in the evening.
Okay. I thought we were towards the evening. I just wanted to be sure.
Yeah. So,
I guess we got to feed ourselves now.
Yeah, there's nothing left for you guys, that's for sure.
Yeah, we can go grab us some dinner, regroup, grab them some supplies and bring back. But what was his estimation on
He had downgraded it from 2 days to 1 day.
one? So we still
Yeah.
have like a
Because they can't wait to get that air conditioner home.
Oh yeah, they're pretty excited about the air conditioning unit. They just got to get a house now.
Like 30 dwarves in one little room with that single unit.
Just taking
pumping out
turns
air.
getting it.
Boys, let me show you what we've gotten from the great Miranda and the Autumn Night. There we go. His Squire Miranda. There we go.
I was the original knight in this room.
You were. That's so funny.
You were.
That's just,
Look,
well, you might be
you're
again.
new to the nightlife.
Giving air conditioners to dwarves, you just might be the original knight again. Just remember that. So yeah.
But is he? But is he new to the nightlife? I think not.
No, correct. He's been a member of the nightlife for a long time. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you head out, grab something to eat. Quick meal. Well, maybe not a quick meal. Kind of a sit-down meal, probably. Kind of resting up from the day. It's been a kind of busy day. You've been kind of all over the town and stuff like that, buying a lot of stuff. Nice sit-down meal. The meal goes pretty easily. You probably find a nice seafood place over in Algiers. Since it is New Orleans and seafood.
Oh, you can eat cat.
In Algiers, however, remember that it hasn't received quite as much of the TLC as New Orleans did after Katrina, which New Orleans didn't receive a whole lot of it. And so there aren't as many restaurants to choose from. You wind up finding a place that serves seafood, and it's pretty good. But a lot of the places are still closed up or boarded up and things like that. You head back out for more pizzas, more kegs of beer from Schwegmann's. The guys at Schwegmann's notice that you've been in here before, that you're getting 2 more kegs, and one of them kind of nudges the other one and goes, "We're having a good party over there." And that's about it. You head back to the dwarves. They put the pizza in and the kegs in there. The foreman kind of sticks his head out and says, good, we'll need to be eating that later. Did you have to bring mugs with you this time, did you?
So sure, solo.
Still no.
Solo house.
It's not a big deal. We'll finish up. Look, y'all head on home. We'll see you in the morning.
Pretty close to like just a convenience store.
Yeah, I was
gonna
say, could we go get some of those? A lot of the convenience stores that sell fountain drinks will have those like plastic
ones,
that you can buy that you can refill.
There's probably a 7-Eleven or a Circle K
I'll get those
or something.
like
right
membership cups.
Yeah,
that you
right.
can bring in and refill.
You pay, what is it, $5 and you can refill it every
Yeah.
time you come through. Yeah, you can do that. You can find a Circle K, get these big plastic mugs and bring them over there. Drop off the mugs. The foreman is very appreciative. That way they can kind of work a little slower on the beer. And the pizza has not been touched yet. They're still digging. You hop in the van, and what's the next move?
I think we should probably just go back to either our respective homes or his place and
rest
because so that we're ready.
I'm gonna stay with the dwarves overnight.
Okay, you can hang there. They don't mind. Anybody else?
Nope, I'm sleeping in a bed.
Yeah, well, there you go. Your bed is very comfortable. And Mrs. Brown, I'm sure, can find a couple more bedrooms for you. Yeah, for sure.
I think until we get this mission done, just sticking together would probably be
I think
the
that's
best.
Not a bad idea.
I think Darwin might be. I don't know. Or you want to stay at his place again, or
No, I want to go home.
yeah, that's what I figured.
All right. You get over to
Can I
Ottoman
stay at your
Park.
place tonight? All right.
You get over to Ottoman Park. Mrs. Brown is more than happy to put the bedrooms for you that you stayed in last night. You can just stay in those. You may want to swing by your homes and get some clothes, though. These are the clothes from the day before.
Can you take me by the house? And
Yeah, no problem. We can do.
She can drop you by your house, drop off your scooter. You grab some clothes and stuff like that. You've probably taken your armor off because I don't think you want to spend 2 days in the armor. That might be a little sweaty.
No, yeah.
I'll actually call Volt since he's camping and see if he wants me to bring him
clothes. You want an overnight night bag from your place? You're gonna have to let her in or something
or I
like
can
that.
just buy some from a store.
Well, you could probably do that easier, just jeans and t-shirt. Or
Yeah,
something.
be good.
Yeah, a lot less
okay.
deadly. A lot less deadly to try to break into your place.
Might be a
Yeah,
problem.
I was like, maybe not.
Maybe just pick me up something from
Yeah.
So you swing by probably Walmart, grab him a change of clothes. Any particular t-shirt you're gonna get for him?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to that graphic tee section or whatever. And what was popular in 2010? I'll just get a Pantera t-shirt.
Oh, there you go.
And
I like it.
You ought to give him a dragon. You ought to give him a t-shirt with a dragon on it.
Oh yes, and No. The button-down silk ones that used to have
the
the
dragons.
There you go. I have
Is
several of
this?
those still. Yes.
carpenter pants.
Oh, there we go.
There
So
you
you
go.
have lots of pockets. All right.
Blonde.
So you grab them for him, and you bring them to him. You guys, okay, you probably head back over there, drop off the stuff with him. The dwarves have still not touched the beer and stuff. You can hear them, digging down underneath there. One of them goes, "Hi ho," and the other guys go, "Shut up." And it's right there. So anyway, but you can hear them picking and digging and stuff like that, and it's, periodically you'll look underneath there, and they're out of sight. It's dark in that hole, and they're out of sight. You don't know how far they've gotten in there. They've made good progress. Rest of you head back to your place to sleep.
Yep.
Rest of you head back to Mrs. Brown's and head to bed. Swift heads upstairs to, again, bed down for the night. Everybody heads to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just need to make sure that I got all my normal stuff because I used a bit last time we came
Right.
in.
So you refill your belt and pockets and stuff with all the different things you have. Yeah, you can spend a couple hours doing that. It won't take any time at all.
That's all.
Yeah.
And I'll set up a threshold at Mrs. Brown's
Right.
so she doesn't have one. Just
Right. Well, you can probably get the threshold. I think it goes up by +1. Is that correct?
Yes.
I think
At
that's
least
right.
a +1.
Right. So that would give you a threshold of literally about a 1.
A 1.
Yeah. Which
Just
hey,
something.
that's right. That's a start. It's a start. The longer you guys live there, the stronger it's going to get. The night passes pretty uneventfully. Nothing really happens. Nobody comes and wakes you up from the park or anything like that. In fact, actually, Audubon Park is remarkably quiet. Next morning dawns pretty early. You're up at a reasonably early hour, like 9 o'clock, because you got in bed at a reasonably early hour, which is crazy. Yeah. Swift meets you, knocks on your door, of course, about 9 o'clock. He's got a cup of coffee for you again. Mrs. Brown has your manservant Swift. You head downstairs. Mrs. Brown has fixed waffles and pancakes this time, as well as French toast. She's going on the carb, I guess, today. You all have some of that, and you are exceptionally tired, at which point you're considering going back to bed for another hour, all of you. Instead, what are you going to do? It's about probably 8:30 or 9.
I guess it's probably time to go check in with the guys. They probably have at least a half day of work unless they got us.
Anybody want to call Darwin and get him, or what do we want to do?
Yeah, let him sleep. Let him sleep. He's earned it. We should also probably check in because Sergeant, I almost said Professor Brian. Sergeant Brian.
Brian Johnson.
Captain Brian.
He still has not called you back.
Hasn't contacted you back, so I hope nothing's crazy going on why he's so busy.
I was also wondering if I was the only one who noticed that. I was like, man, with the horse at the time, he never once called back.
Tied up. Has he been kidnapped?
Dum dum dum.
I don't know. But she said, and we originally said 2 days, or thinking 2 days, but now it seems it's going to be 1.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think you should call on the way over to pick up Darwin, and if he doesn't
go there.
if he's not available to
We'll
chat
stop
and
by
she's
there.
like he's so busy, I mean,
Yeah.
because like something's up.
Let's do that.
All right.
And Darwin can just ride around with us unless he decides to take his motorbike.
So, are you guys calling Darwin?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
call and see if
Ring, your phone rings. It's probably your landline.
Banana phone. Yeah.
hey fam, you want to pick up or you want to meet us out there on your mopey.
Who's
Or-
picking me up?
Us in the van.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
Scalen's van. Sorry.
All right. So yeah, we can head out, pick him up, and then do you want to call?
Yeah.
Brian
Once we
Joseph?
get in the car, I'll call.
You head over to pick up Darwin. Takes you maybe 30. Yeah.
And what time is it?
Maybe it's about 9 o'clock. So
Okay.
probably by the time you get Darwin, it's like 9:30. Are you gonna bring your moped or no?
No. It's
Okay.
fine.
It's about 9:30.
I don't
9:30.
need room to
be
transport
calling
dwarves
from
and
the
stuff
van.
anyways.
Yeah. 9:30. Your phone rings. And basically hello, this is Brian Johnson's office. I'm trying to get in touch with Delafonte.
This is her?
Let me put you through to Captain Johnson just a second.
Okay.
And so here,
Are we going to be ready to go tonight?
Probably.
So yeah, Brian Johnson. This is Brian Johnson. Is this Della?
Yes.
Yeah, you were trying to get in touch with me.
Yes.
For a while.
Our plan that we thought was going to take a couple days, we really only needed 1 day to get it ready to go. So.
Okay, so this is the plan to get the prisoners out of Geotronix. Okay.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to be going sometime tonight?
Yes.
Okay. Then I need to make a few phone calls and make sure I've got things moving to get you some support over there to pick up the prisoners.
Okay.
Any idea what time?
I mean, if
9
they're
o'clock.
Okay, 9 o'clock. All right. I'll be in touch. Do you have an address where I can meet you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
First
The
one.
first one, rental units. I don't have the address, but you can look them up.
I
It's in
know where that
Algiers.
is. Right. That's over in Algiers. Gotcha. Well, I know where Geotronix is. That's right about across the street from it. So, okay. I'll meet
And
you there
we're
at
gonna-
9 o'clock.
Okay. All right. See you then.
Good deal. And he hangs up.
I figure 9 o'clock is dark enough
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that we could go ahead and start.
You're driving. Yep.
So,
Oh, you're driving the van?
He usually does.
Yeah. He's the
Oh,
wheelman.
I guess I didn't realize it.
Wheelman.
we're supposed to be bringing more food and beer for those guys.
Probably should.
It's a good idea.
Probably should. Do you
Yeah,
think they still
they've
want
gone
pizza?
through the pizza and the beer, by the way, Volt. They have. That about midnight, they all took a break again. Ate about half the pizza, one of the kegs of beer. You went to sleep, though you don't need a lot of rest. Went to sleep. We're waking about 6 hours or later, like about 6 o'clock in the morning. They finished the rest of the pizza, finished the rest of the beer. And the foreman went, when your friends are going to be back with more supplies?
I can ask him.
Okay.
I should text.
Okay. 6 o'clock. Text comes in. So, yes, you've received a text from Volt that says, bring more supplies, please.
When we're headed over there, I'll call Volt.
Okay. All right.
Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Yeah, phone.
So,
Hey, do they still want pizza and beer, or do they want to mix it up and like donuts and?
y'all want pizza and beer still, or something else?
Beer, yes. But what is this fried chicken she was talking about?
No, it's really good.
Bring the chicken, the fried chicken. Yes.
All right, fried chicken, lots of it.
All right, sounds great. Popeyes.
You know what's happened.
Popeyes.
You know what's happened, don't
they're
you?
going to hang up. Popeyes, yes, Popeyes.
The air conditioning has been so phenomenal, like, maybe we should
Maybe
teach this
teach
chicken
the
out. Ooh, wait till they get those biscuits.
Mm-hmm. Just grab them in the biscuit.
Oh, wait.
Fresh and not.
I don't know if
Wait.
Popeyes has enough chicken for
Is
these
this
guys, though.
when Popeyes was making the shaved ham biscuits?
No. That's
Those
a while
were
back.
fine.
Yeah, that's a while back. Oh no, shaved ham would be like just like
Still makes
this
me
is
hungry.
it. It's so thin. There needs
No,
to be
there
a
was
whole
piled
pig.
on them.
There needs to be a whole pig on this biscuit. Yeah. Preferably
I'm
roast over an open
imagining
fire.
a roasted pig with like 2 tiny pieces.
We're probably gonna need to get like a family-sized meal for each of them.
Yeah, that might.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't. You don't think like maybe twice that?
And one for me.
Maybe twice that. Hey, yeah, whoever think about Volt's been sitting there.
It's just,
Making you hungry for Popeye?
Popeyes.
We might clean them
Wouldn't.
out. Yeah, we might clean them
All
out.
right, so you head to Popeyes. It's early in the morning. It's about 9, 10 o'clock. Popeyes has just opened.
What day is today?
Uh-oh. Let me see. Let's see.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but on Sundays,
Yeah.
Friday, November.
Yeah.
it's
No, no.
18.
Yeah. No, I remember Sunday.
Okay, so let's see. Friday was when you did all this other stuff, so this would be Saturday.
I remember when we moved from the north to
November.
the south. My family was like, "Wait, what's that? Excuse me?
26.
Why are all the restaurants closed? And what happened to the stores?"
Oh no, this will be Sunday. Sorry.
No.
We got the 18.
Oh no! We got to call somebody who can make fried chicken.
No. Well, you'll be all right. You just have to get there early. Yeah, that's right. So no. The best workers are on Sunday at Popeyes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what you were saying. That you got the 18.
You got the 18.
Because
I think
everybody
we're
gets
talking about
Popeye's
the-
chicken
Everyone
on
goes through,
Sunday.
gets chicken, and
That's
it's
right.
Go.
Yeah.
And we're
So
getting there at 10 a.m., so we're beating the church crowd,
Right.
we're beating the lunch crowd.
Yeah.
right. So you pull up at 10 o'clock. Order. Let's see, probably 9 family meals. That's a lot of biscuits and sides. And they get all the sides
Yeah, we
ordered.
may not
Still gonna be waiting for an
We'll
hour.
do like a
They
quarter
probably
red
asked me
beans
twice.
and
Did you say 9?
9? Right. And you hear, oh my God! It's going to be about 30 minutes before we can get this all to you. And get more chicken out of the freezer, and stuff like that. And so you pull up.
You gonna hate y'all?
No, well, you guys probably have gone inside because this is pre-COVID. So you go inside and are standing at the counter. The woman, when you say 9, her eyes get this big. But now realize they've been frying chicken for probably 4 hours already. So. But, they're like, okay, it's going to be about 30 minutes before we can get all out to you, and what kind of sides you want, blah, 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 blah. And so they start loading up these buckets for you. And, of course, that's $225. It's not that much. It's probably like $150 or something like that, because Popeyes was so reasonable back then. $150, and, you got these 9 things of chicken, and here, you've got probably a bucket of biscuits and, these... Was it be like 10 huge sides that would be with it?
Yeah.
Green beans.
Make sure you bring lots of jelly, too.
Yeah, right. Okay, grab some jelly. And you get all this stuff, and it's like 6 or 7 bags, okay? And so you all you probably put it in the back of the van, and then now the van smells like fried chicken, which is not bad.
Popeyes.
Pause and go to Popeyes, yeah.
I need about 30 minutes.
Yeah. So you head over to the storage unit, again, wave at the dark-haired guy who's now behind the counter. It's not the little redhead. You wave the dark-haired guy with glasses, and he waves you on through, and you pull up. You look into the tunnel. The tunnel is really, really dark, and the foreman comes out, and he says, "Can you guys make it all right through the dark down there? I mean, we're fine, but it's dark."
Yeah, we've got light sources.
Okay, all right. So supplies are on the way?
Yeah, they should be here in a minute.
About that time you finish saying that, you hear the crunch of gravel outside and the immigrant song playing at 120 decibels, and you pull up and back opens, everybody hops out. They start bringing in bags of chicken and Popeye's biscuits and things like that, and the dwarves go, what are those? And you hear from down in the hole, what have they brought this time? Is it another air conditioner? And so that
I tell them it's better than pizza.
So they look very skeptical. And so the dwarves climb out. They open the buckets and they go.
Just suction that way.
This looks like fried. This looks like a bird.
That's what chicken is.
So okay, all right. And he takes a big bite right through the bones.
Oh.
Okay, and he goes. Oh,
don't eat the bones.
And spits the bones out. And he's like, oh. And there's grease all in his beard. And he goes, that's fine. Oh, but it's spicy. Where's the beer?
Oops. Yeah. We forgot the beer, didn't we?
You didn't bring any beer. Oh, God, that's hot. You got nothing else. And we brings up the keg, and there's nothing in the keg. And you're like, oh, crap. Yeah. So
all right,
just grab a thing of the mashed potatoes. Here you go.
Just
go ahead. Just open the things.
You grab one of the things. Oh, that helps some. Oh God, that's hot.
Biscuits.
No, not the biscuit. We'll try.
Yeah, no.
You'll have choking dwarfs. You'll die. Boy, will you be in trouble then.
The coleslaw has milk in it.
No. So you guys hop back in the van.
Hang on.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. What is Louisiana's thing on beer on Sunday?
Oh, they don't care.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
I was gonna say we could probably run across to the Circle K and probably just get us
Let's
some
just-
real
No.
quick.
Let's just
It is
get
Louisiana.
suitcases of
One of the
beer.
coolest memories I ever had. First time I went to New Orleans, we were on a Sunday walking through the French Quarter. Not the French Quarter, the French Market. And I walk up to this little place, and it's Sunday morning. And I said, "Hey, I'd like a banana daiquiri." And the guy goes, "Coming up." And I'm like, "Dude," because in Texas you could never get alcohol on Sunday
In
either.
Mississippi, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah, I know. And I was just like, "Bruh, this is the coolest place in the world. I want to be here forever." So yeah, you can get beer and stuff like that.
Okay. It was just the thought that came to
Yeah,
mind.
let's just-
You could
Like,
probably go to the Circle K
suitcases.
and grab a couple cases of beer.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Just
Yeah.
real quick, cause
Then you don't need mugs.
That's right.
Ooh, get them something dark.
Oh, it's a dark beer. Yeah.
A porter or something.
Yeah.
Too.
So you go across the street. You're able to find some
I
Yeats.
don't know what
like
they
Guinness.
about beer.
They probably got Guinness.
Yeah, they probably. I don't know if they have a case of Guinness. Normally, you have to buy it in 6-packs.
Oh, yeah.
So, all right, you grab several 6-packs of Guinness, probably a couple. Well, there might be some Killians. So you kind of buy up a bunch of bottled beer, probably about 10 6-packs. And the guy behind the counter is like, Okay.
It is 10:30 a.m., man.
But it's Louisiana, which means he's not surprised. You're probably having a crawfish boil this afternoon, right?
Yeah.
So you put all your So you put all your stuff in there, drive back across the street, hand out the beer, and one of the dwarves, pops the top off and goes, "Oh, this is fine. Where have you been hiding this from us?" And he just drains the bottle, puts it back in the 6-pack, and they start to feast. 45 minutes goes by, and they are just, we're so full. This is great. All right, boys, back to work. And down into the hole they go.
Just imagine they just kind of like rolled.
Yeah, exactly. That's about right.
Back in the hole.
Yeah, back in the hole. Yeah. And so as they're heading down the road, he goes, "Wow, this is a really good deal. Do you think the Autumn Knight always pays this way? I don't know, but I'm working for him again." And also the Miranda girl. Do you think she likes short men?
You got a fan club.
There you go. What's that on her back? Is she carrying a sword? It's a little tiny sword. I'll have to break her a tiny sword. And down the hallway they go. And so anyway, you hear the picks start again, and a couple hours. What are you guys going to do while they're digging? I mean, you don't have to hang around. You can.
What?
Okay, but this is still the morning, right?
Right. This is like probably 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, probably 10:30, maybe 11. So you're close to noon. But
I think if the van's comfortable, I think I'm just gonna.
I'm gonna go ahead
hang
and
out there,
maybe preemptively. They'll probably need one more round of supplies before getting the job done.
No bad idea.
So you could preemptively go grab some things, some beer at least, and then I guess food. Other than that,
Always go back to pizza. They do love their pizza.
Yeah, we'll do beer and pizza.
All right.
I'm gonna hang out with them.
Okay. You guys are headed off to get more supplies. You may want to get some flashlights too.
Flashlights.
Yeah, I had gotten a headlamp earlier, but I don't remember if I grabbed it from my house or not.
I'm sure you did.
I put a tactical bag together.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. And of course, you can make light anyway, so it doesn't matter, Della.
Yeah, but I'd rather. No, yeah.
It doesn't cost you anything to make light. You just make something glow.
About what time is it right now again?
About 11 o'clock.
11
Almost
o'clock.
noon. Almost noon.
Another thing I forgot we didn't mention earlier. Who's going to be handling the tear gas grenade launcher?
I thought that was one of those two.
Well, whoever has guns is who
I
needs to
don't
handle
have
it.
guns. I have weapons.
I have guns at 3.
Which makes no sense.
That's
because
you.
you
Seem to be the man.
Guns.
Anybody else have
I
guns? What do you have
didn't
guns at? One?
I
Well,
have
you have
guns
some
at
training
one.
too. Well, you have guns at 1 too. I think you pretty much have,
I have weapons and fists.
yeah, that's what I thought.
He has
was
guns
good.
at
Yeah,
2.
guns like that. Now, remember, Swift is a fair hand with a gun.
That's right. He's got that rifle thing.
Yes, he is quite good with guns, so you might want to hand him one.
I forgot he was here.
Yeah,
We have more than one? I thought...
you had
I
two.
thought it was.
Oh, wow.
You had two. Yeah, you gotten 2 of them and 25 rounds. Yeah, because that was you didn't want to have all one person handling it in case they got incapacitated or something.
Which I
I
would.
think Bunk got the guns.
So you get the grenade launcher, and again, it's one of those kind of blooper grenade launchers. Looks like a big tube with a handle. You pull the trigger, bloop, it launches, and then you crack it open, put another one in, and you're good. So it doesn't have a clip or anything like that. It's a slow loader, but that's what you get.
You get what you get.
Well, and it was a rush job to get you what they could. So, you guys basically head outside probably to check your tactical gear. The guys have been down in the hole for about 30 minutes, and the foreman comes trudging back. And he sees you, and he says, "Okay, I think we're going to be ready probably about 10 o'clock. I think that's when we'll probably break into the Geotronix."
All right, cool. We'll be ready.
Well, I got to tell you, we can definitely feel the evil magic that's emanating off that place. That's a bad place. Just letting you know. So, yeah.
Do you think they know we're here or anything?
I have no idea. I mean, we're not the quietest of diggers, but, who expects people coming across the street, in a day? So, there you go. He's back to work.
I was thinking no one expects the Autumn Inquisition.
That was almost went there. Yeah. So yeah, you start digging it. They head back down to start digging. You probably head down to the hole at some point. They are probably over halfway. So they're under the road. They are now tunneling under what looks like Geotronix parking lot. Okay. So you're like, wow, they have come a long way. You're thinking they're probably going to be there before 10 p.m. Yeah, I mean,
I've mostly just been hanging out this whole time, just a security detail, just in case something happens. So.
We should probably communicate to them that when they get there, we're going to wait because we want to make sure everyone's in place, like the SWAT team and everything.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I want to just go ahead and check all the radios, make sure the batteries are fresh.
Yeah.
Looking at the map again, was there just one way we're coming in, or were there multiple?
You're not coming in that way. You're coming into the bottom floor. Yeah. Bottom floor.
I can't read this map. So
this is the bottom floor. Those are the roll-up doors. You guys are probably going to be coming in from
and then
here.
We're going up that way.
Right.
Okay.
Right. You can let them know that don't go in immediately. Let's wait and come in through that last bit of concrete. When we are ready to go, and they're like, all right, I got you. Covert operations. We don't want them knowing we're here too early. Got it.
That staircase in the bottom corner of the basement that we're entering comes up directly into the Stonehenge room?
No. It actually comes up. Well, you're not really sure exactly where it comes up. It's somewhere in this area.
Okay, so we will have to get through
maybe a door or a thin wall or something like that. So yeah, and you got a guy who's good at breaking through walls, so that's not a big deal. Yeah. He's Kool-Aid Man.
And this was the front, or this was the front where we
This
came
was
in?
the front where you came in. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna check something real quick. Make sure we're good here. Come on. All right, give me a second, and I'm. All right, so dwarves are tunneling, making good progress, saying that they're going to probably be able to get there by about 10 p.m. You guys are probably chilling out, maybe taking the grenade launchers, seeing about the heft and how they shoot. Swift is kind of working with his, pretty much understands how it works. It's not terribly complicated. You put the shot in and pull the trigger.
Even pull the trigger.
Yeah, they're not really complicated. The afternoon passes pretty quietly. You've come back with another round of supplies, of course, more pizza and beer. The dwarves have not eaten as much of the pizza or drank as much of the beer this time. They're still working their way through the 6-packs, in fact. Dark beer being a bit heavier. They're not drinking it as quickly. It gets to be about 8 o'clock, and you get a call from Brian Johnson, Captain Johnson. And he says, yes, it's getting close to go time. Where did you want us to... Are we ready? Or what's the situation here?
We need another hour for them to finish?
It's probably 2. They were saying 10.
So it looks like at 10 o'clock is going to be the go time.
Okay.
Where we're at, there's a building kind of next door to...
It's across the street.
Across the street from Geotronix.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you guys are going to come through into the loading bay after we start releasing people.
Oh, okay. He says, that's fine. Then I'll meet you over at the rental unit at maybe around 9:30.
That sounds
so I can get everybody into position. Cool. He says, all right, see you in about an hour and a half.
All right, thank you.
So, and you're kind of like, wait, see you in an hour and a half?
Oh, he's coming.
Oh.
Sounds like he's coming.
He probably wants to make sure no craziness happens.
Probably true.
Not that he could have stopped the craziness last time.
Right. Well, necromancers are bad deals. Another hour goes by, and the foreman crawls out and he says, all right, we're at the concrete pad. It's probably going to take another 30 minutes to get through the concrete. There's lots of metal rebar, but I think we're okay with the jackhammer. But the problem is jackhammers aren't quiet. And so when we start going through this concrete pad, they're probably going to know something's up. Well, if anybody's down there. I don't know, but yeah.
Can you do something with the rebar? I mean, how hard is it for you to
Well, even going through concrete, you're still going to have to probably use a pick or a jackhammer.
They don't want their picks touching the iron.
Right. Well, the iron would definitely cause problems with the picks because the fairy magic and
they're magic picks.
Yeah. Well, they are. Yeah, you got it.
Is there? I can do air spells. Could I do some kind of noise suppression spell with air?
Yeah. Wouldn't see why not.
Okay.
All right. So you head down there through the tunnel. The tunnel is long, very dark. You at some point have to kind of call up a little light on the end of your umbrella. Walk down there, and when you do that, one of the dwarves looks at you and goes, "Oh, I didn't know." Okay, And so he kind of looks at you a little differently. You've done a spell. And so you get down there and he says, all right, so you're going to make it quieter, right?
And that's my hope.
Okay. That's not going to be a rote spell, but it is a control thing. What you're doing is probably trying to do let's call it a block. Okay.
Okay.
You're trying to block people's alertness. You probably need to put at least 4 power into it.
Okay.
To be safe, maybe 6. Okay. And then the next round, you'll need to extend it forever how long they need it.
Okay. So, where are you, Darwin? Are you back at the van?
He can't help you. He's a
Probably.
thaumaturgist. This is going to be an evocation thing.
Oh, I thought.
I
it was,
can,
I
I
thought
can help.
He can
okay,
help,
sorry.
yes.
So then, hey, you want to help with this?
Sure. So this is spirit magic, okay? Just to let you know.
Okay.
Which,
Before
I don't know
we-
if you can do spirit
Before we
magic.
do this, real quick,
Yeah.
is this go time? Like, once we do this, it's like 30 minutes and then we're through, right?
Well, he says, well, we just got to get close to where the concrete's almost gone. And then we can, you could probably push through there with a pick. Well, not with one of our picks. Well, with you, or maybe even a sledgehammer. But we just want to get close. There's about a
I just
foot
want to make
concrete.
sure before we start expending spells
Right.
that we can get our police team in position before
Right.
we go through.
So you're gonna head down there and
Yeah, but I have a question for you. So on my paper, I have that I have a +1 because of divination, and then I have a +2 with my ring.
+2 what with your ring?
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Divination is gonna be thaumaturgy.
Yeah. So this evocation is this is air power, right? So
Right.
it's just a +1.
Right.
So I just automatically add that +1 plus whatever.
Is it
I roll?
control or is it power?
Power.
Wait a minute, hold on. I can't remember. Okay, what
This
is?
is my air. It says air +1 power.
Okay, so that's gonna give you. It's gonna make it. Let's see. To do your spell, you have to. Is it? Here we go.
I have to.
Hold on. 1 second. Okay, so it helps with your conviction. That's what it is. Okay, that's what I was looking at. All right, so you need at least a 4 conviction. What is your conviction at?
I have a +4, but then it says to the side it says +1 conviction.
Right, so that'll give you 5.
Okay.
Right, so you can handle a strength 5 spell without any extra stress. Okay.
Right.
So then what you'll need to do is make a discipline roll, and you need to get at least a 5. Okay.
Now, how can he help with that?
He can't because he doesn't do air magic.
Just kinetic.
Yeah, he's ice. I think.
Kinetic, yeah.
Well, kinetic, and then because you're the autumn knight, you can also do ice, and I think kind of like decay and growing things. So it expanded your abilities. Yeah.
So I'm on my own.
Yeah, you're gonna be on your own. You got to get at least a 5. Okay.
You got this.
This is wind and cold magic.
Oh, wind and cold. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay, that's air magic.
That
So,
is, so
he could give you a +1. Yeah, go ahead and roll, and yeah.
I roll or just I do give her automatic +1.
I'm thinking. Let's just give her a +1. You're just lending her your control. Yeah, let's do that. Or lending her some of your discipline. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's
Okay,
just do
so that means I got a 5.
Okay, you're good then. All right. So you take one stress. It can be either physical or mental. Okay.
I will take a physical.
Okay. And remember, all your stress should be gone. Okay,
Yeah.
because everybody's rested since then. All of your mild consequences should be gone as well. Okay.
Okay.
You begin the spell. Now you're gonna have to cast the extension for it.
What about
Huh?
my severe mental consequence?
Not till the middle of the. What did we say about severe consequences?
Would it back
I just wasn't
down
sure
some?
because days had passed
Right.
if it would be going down.
Like
at all.
less?
Let me tell you in a second. Consequence severe lasts for the next scenario.
So it's but scenario based.
Right. So once you
Okay.
guys finish with Geotronix, you'll start
that's
to
fine.
lose it. Yeah. So you're gonna need to if you're gonna extend it for 3 or 4 rounds.
Wasn't yours downgraded though because Miranda was doing some kind of praying over you?
Yes,
or
that's
something?
correct. It was a moderate. That's right. Yeah, that's
Supposed to
right.
be moderate.
Yeah, so that means it lasts until the end of the next
Because I know that
session.
both of y'all.
So actually, it should be gone by now.
gone.
Yeah, that's right. You're right.
Okay.
You're right. You're correct.
Thank y'all for
Right.
remembering, because
Yes.
I did not.
Yay!
Yeah. You're no longer
Darwin
feeling quite
wins
so
today.
shook.
I remember that I downgraded both of y'all.
Yeah. Because you do that
I
with
could've
potions.
sworn
Yeah.
that you had.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did a little prayer.
You did a little prayer.
Yeah.
And a little
Dingle
dance.
bobber.
No, she did a little dance. That's not. That was on Bourbon Street. Anyway, so you need to cast probably a 3 or a 4 strength spell to make it last for the next about 5-10 minutes. Okay.
5-10 minutes. Okay.
This is gonna be another
Is this
stretch.
discipline or is this?
Well, again, it's your.
Is it
Well, you got
conviction?
plenty of conviction for it. It's just discipline roll. Ooh. What'd you get?
I have a 4.
That's what you needed, so you're fine. Another stress box, okay? That can be either mental or physical. You choose.
How about social?
No. You don't get, your charisma doesn't go down because you're doing spells. The actually makes it go well. All right,
Maybe
so
I'm scaring the door.
no, you're not. Well, they are. They watch you, and you kind of the. It's weird because what happens is the air. It's not that it gets thick; it just stops moving as much. And so when he's using the jackhammer, you kind of hear this, like there, and he goes, "Oh, that's interesting." And so he looked very. Oh, it's quiet too. Ah, and you take notes, boys. We need a wizard. And so, and so they.
Look, we got to an air conditioner.
Yeah, right,
We didn't get
yeah.
a blizzard.
And so, and then one of the guys goes,
The
there's
odd seems like, what have you done to the door?
Exactly.
yeah. And so one of the guys goes, there's that cute elf girl who does lots of air magic. And so he goes, oh yeah, but she's so stuck up. And they're just talking about this guy's, are you talking about the redhead or the blonde? Oh no, definitely the blonde. Oh yeah, but she's pretty stuck up. And so about that, a few minutes goes by, and the foreman goes, oh stop, okay, wait, stop. All right, I think we've got about half an inch of concrete there. And you look at it, and you can actually see that there's cracks in the concrete, but you don't see any light behind them, so he hasn't gone through yet. He says, this is pretty thin. I'm pretty sure a beefy boy like you could go through it. So I think we're ready to go, and we're gonna go get ready. And so they come down the tunnel, head out of there.